Buying your first business in GTA Online is a big thing. When there's everything from underground nightclubs to illegal drug businesses, it could become quite overwhelming. Therefore, in this video I'm going to show you the first business I think you should get into as a beginner. But before we get into the video, please consider subscribing if you want more guides like this and you want to see more of me. I will be bringing out lots of these guides from all the businesses in the game. So please consider subscribing, that would be a joy. Getting back into the video. The first part of actually investing in the vehicle warehouse is buying a CEO office. This part is really simple. Just get on your phone, in game of course, and on the Dynasty 8 executive website. That's a mouthful. In here there will be two different icons on the map. One is the CEO office and the other one is the new agency from the contract DLC. You of course want to buy the CEO office right now, so click one of these I'm showing on screen now. There's no difference between them really, and any of them is good. You will need at least $1 million to buy an office. So just buy the cheapest one, it's $1 million and it's great. I used it for a long time before I upgraded to the Mace Bank Tower. This is the part where many people give up on. To buy a vehicle warehouse, you will need at least $1.5 million to buy the cheapest warehouse. Luckily, this is also the best warehouse in my opinion, so don't be scared. But to get this money, you will have to do the VIP mission method, which I went through in my last video, also the beginner guide video, so make sure to check that one out. Anyway, when you have the money to buy a vehicle warehouse, we can then get started. Okay, so you want to log on to the computer in the CEO office. I'm going through the CEO office right now on screen, so just go over to this computer and access it. When you're inside the software, click the vehicle cargo tab, not special cargo or not special vehicle work. This will be in another video another time. And then select warehouse map. This may look a bit different from mine, but I think it says warehouse map for everyone. Then choose whichever warehouse you want, but I recommend the one called La Mesa Vehicle Warehouse, which is on screen right now, and it's also the cheapest one, so this is probably the one you want to go with. If you just bought the vehicle warehouse, you are already at the CEO office, so just log on to the vehicle warehouse page again, and since you've already bought the warehouse, now we're going to request our first vehicle or source our first vehicle. On screen, there's not very advanced. It's quite simple. You see this big source button. You want to click this to source a vehicle. So click that and get on your way to take it. The actual mission is quite easy, but there are some different missions when doing vehicle cargo work, but generally you steal the vehicle and you get some enemies after you. You want to try to take as little damage as possible to maximize your earnings. So try not to crash, get shot at, or completely destroy the vehicle while in the mission. This is not easy by any chance, but if you just happen to get a few thousand in repairs, it is completely fine. You will still make very good money. When you have got back, you're now at your vehicle warehouse. Now we'll have a little look at your warehouse. In here there's not too much to do besides from selling cars and looking at how many cars you got in. Alright, listen up, because this is very important to making millions with the vehicle warehouse. There's a way to only source top range of cars, which is the best cars you can source. This allows you to only source and sell top range vehicles and maximize your profit. So you're probably thinking, Jonesy, how do I do this? Well, you want to fill your warehouse up with 10 standard cars and 10 mid-range cars. But do not sell them. These are here to fill up your warehouse so that the only cars left you can source is the top range cars. The warehouse does not take in duplicates, that is why this method works. So source cars until you have 10 standard and about 10 mid-range cars. If you get a top range car while you are filling up your warehouse, I recommend you just sell it right there and there because you are going to sell it later either way, so there's no need to just have it laying around. Basically, don't ever sell standard and medium range cars. That way you can only get top range cars and maximize your profits. Now let's say you have got a top range car. How do I sell it? Well, you go to the computer, which I showed a bit earlier, is in the office. And to sell the top range car, you have to choose it on the computer and then click export. Here you have 3 different offers. Always choose the bottom one, or as it's called, the specialist dealer. This will give you the most profit. There is a catch with this though. When choosing the specialist dealer, you invest 20k into changing some features of the car for the buyer. Therefore, it is high risk, high gain. But I do still recommend always selling to the specialist dealer. By the way, the reason it says 30 grand for me here is because the import/export business is, or when this video comes out, was on 1.5 times weekly money boost. This will just be here this week, and then it would change back to the normal pricing, or when you see this video it's back to the normal pricing. For each vehicle on a non-money boost week, you will get 80 grand profit if you do not crash once. The selling missions themselves are usually quite easy. You just drive to the location and try to evade the enemies. Once you get to the checkpoint, you have now delivered your first top range car and you have now earned your first bit of cash. Now it's time for you to get grinding. If you've done everything correct in this video, you should now only search top range vehicles, which will maximize your profits, and you also know how to maximize your profits from the import/export business. This was a really nice video to make. My next video will also be quite nice. There I will be going through the bunker business, which is a really good passive business to get invested in quickly. So make sure to stay around to see that. If it's already out, it's the video on the right, and if not, I reckon the video on the left will do just fine.